Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
Hi, everybody. I'm Z Garcia.
Sam Healy. Welcome back, folks.
It is Board Game Breakfast. We've taken back the show from Roy.
Oh, I know.
What?
Who did a fantastic job last week.
Disruption.
But, hey, it's good. It's a good week. It's a good time. We're in the upswing of the year. Convention season's coming, which means games are coming. Also, Kickstarters are being delivered right and left all over the place. There's games everywhere. So I guess we have enough games at this point in our lives to last you the rest of your life playing a different game every day.
If you mean if games stop coming out?
That's correct.
Every day of your life?
However, some games are still coming out.
Oh, good.
Let's get to them. All right, so what's the news for today? Endgame. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
I'm excited about this.
Really?
I don't care about this game stuff. All right.
Quote that, people.
Oops, there we go. Sierra West. Okay, this is a new game announced from Board and Dice. Now, this game is not like the first time they've announced it. You've known about it because you said it was in your top 10 anticipated for the year.
That's right, yeah. It was. I mean, it already had an entry on BGG, and I had seen at least the cover.
Here's the deal. This game sounds like the ultimate combining transformer game. They said it combines deck building, tableau management, worker placement, multi-use cards. There is a lot going on in this game.
It looks good. Look at it.
No, it doesn't look bad, but it's just interesting. Then it comes, if you notice, it shows there are 4 modes. So Apple Hill, Boats and Banjos, which would be a great name for a game itself. Gold Rush and Outlaws and Outposts. It almost feels like they wasted.
Come on, Jeb. Let's get to the boat.
Well, not Gold Rush. That's boring. But the other 3 sound like
They should have
game
called
names
this
themselves.
like Sierra West, and the kitchen sink.
That is what it sounds like, right?
It looks good to me. I'm still excited about it.
No.
Oh, sure. And I like this company. They do great stuff.
Yeah, they're
This is the formerly NSKN, now
Right,
combined.
they're all together. Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to this, and this is coming out at Gen Con. All right.
Wanted now.
Castle Panic has announced, or Fireside Games has announced a Castle Panic Big Box.
More lambus bread.
Huh.
So this is going to include Castle Panic and all 3 expansions, plus all the promo cards. Apparently there's 12. I think some of them might be new. Yeah, some of them are new, but all the previous release promo cards.
You got to put something new in there to sell it to the people that already have everything but need those extra 6 cards.
Yeah. But hey, look, they put Dice Tower Awards on there. Although
Yeah,
that's weird.
I
It
mean,
has a seal of excellence
like
and a seal of approval.
It's a smattering of
That is
all
kind
of
of
the,
interesting.
It's that Origins Game Award.
We must have given one to one thing and one to another.
Right,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. That's probably what it was. Some of the expansions
One of the
probably
expansions just got an approval.
This is cool, though. This game has sold a lot for them. Yeah, I know this. This game, from what I can tell, is what keeps their company.
There's 2
It's their
Origins
evergreen.
Awards on there, too.
Well, it's best of 2014. This game's been around for a while, so this is cool. And here's pictures of the game itself with cards.
Huh. I wonder if it's going to be sort of a nicer deluxe version or if it's just a straight reprint.
They didn't say that, so I'm going to say no. Because if they were making it nicer, they would tout that. I would
Sure,
imagine.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Ares has basically they're going to be bringing Ludos Magnos Studios games to worldwide distribution. Now, Ludos Magnos, we just talked about them yesterday in Crowdsurfing with Dungeonology.
Magnus.
Oh, Magnus, sorry, Ludos Magnus. But Black Rose Wars is the game. So the Black Rose Wars, I don't know if you've seen the box for it. It's like a cube.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's the new thing these days, cube boxes. The Borg have come, but not in the way we expected.
The Borg have come.
Yeah, so they're going to be distributing for them, right?
Yes.
Resistance is cardboard.
All right, here, now, shockingly, I'm not excited about this announcement. Space Base Command Station is a big box thing for Space Base, which does not yet need it. There's literally one expansion which easily fits into the base box.
Whoa, wait a second. This is a storage solution.
Yes, this is a big box for Space Base that includes enough stuff to take it to 7 players. Has people been
Why
asking
would
to play
you
this with
want to
7?
do that?
I won't even play it with 5.
I won't play with 3.
You won't usually play it, probably.
Then I won't play with 2.
Would you play it by yourself?
No.
There you have
Were
it,
you in the
folks.
game when we played with Uwe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uwe from Academy Games, we played it with him last week, and he was just like, "What is this? This is amazing, Uwe."
Uwe, yeah.
Anyway,
He pronounces it differently than.
but it's I love the game, and this, I guess they're preemptively saying there's a lot of expansions
That's
coming.
the only thing
I
it can
guess
be, right?
so. They should have definitely waited on this.
It's like,
So, well, and especially for the
Get
7-player thing, that just seems a little
Here
odd.
it
So,
Yeah, that seems strange. Okay.
but now look, there's 7 players around the table. You got to like use tongs to get to the cards in the middle.
Jeez, yeah, look at that. Okay.
I was just a little disappointed by this because I was hoping for another small expansion.
They should do that first if they've got expansions coming anyway.
Or maybe announce it simultaneously. Here's the big box and here's the next expansion. Put them all
Or-
together.
here's the big box that includes the expansion.
Right. Okay.
And we're sure it's not in there, right? It's just a box.
They didn't announce it. I thought they would have. Well, no, they said there's enough stuff for 5 to 6 players.
Yeah, but that's just extra starting materials.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to get it, though. But anyway. Battlelands. This is what Plaid Hat Games has announced is a fast and furious card game for 3 to 5 players designed by Jerry Hawthorne, Mice and Mystics, and Andrea Mezzartero, Crystal Clans. So you're going to move these fighters around to key locations, collecting resources, recruiting more fighters. I believe it's using a book. So like you go... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Okay, I'm confused by this. This is in the same world as another game coming out called Aftermath. Aftermath will use the book. It's
Okay.
a post-apocalyptic animal universe.
Sweet.
You like post-apocalyptic, I like animals.
Yeah, but I hate animals. I don't hate animals, people. That's a joke.
I saw him punching a squirrel on the way into work today.
I would never.
I think you
harm
can love animals and
squirrelies.
still punch squirrels.
Why?
No.
The people who feed birds hate squirrels, you know, because the squirrels always come and steal the food.
Yeah, but the people who feed squirrels hate birds.
My grandpa has a
Here we go.
squirrel blind
Hang
set
on.
up in his back porch. He gets his coffee every morning, takes his BB gun outside. He's got a pecan tree outside. He shoots squirrels from his back porch.
We're not condoning shooting
I'm
squirrels.
just saying, that's what my grandpa does. Because he's got a pecan tree and he likes pecans.
Aboveboard, a TV show that's being produced by Travis Oates. This is going to be combining intelligent journalistic humor, like The Daily Show, with sketch comedy and features inside jokes and strange personalities that make our industry so special. I didn't read that last time.
Strange personalities.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow, they're recording next week, so if you want to come watch one, it's in L.A. May 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. You can come, and it says they'll have game giveaways and all sorts of food and merriment. Oh, cool. I like merriment. So
Merriment.
I'll be there.
There
by the
will
way.
be some merrymaking.
Tom Vassell from the Dice Tower will even be coming
Okay.
by to do a top 10 or 2.
I'm doing 2, I think, for sure.
Come on, man. Why are you spoiling the magic? That's the magic of
right.
the. Come on, they say
Grim
one, maybe 2. Of course it's
Masquerade.
2. But you want people excited. Maybe it's 3. It's not 3.
Could be 4.
All right. So next, Grim Masquerade. This is
Now
from
we're talking.
Druid City. You've been invited by the Beast to his castle for a masquerade. You're going to get there and transform into the identity of another character from the Grim Forest. So it's in that same universe.
Okay.
And you're just trying to figure out who other people are.
Social deduction.
It is social deduction, but it's a more grandiose one. In fact, if you get ousted, you then become the role of a ghost who guesses which character will win, and you win alongside them if you guess correctly.
Got it.
It looks good.
Is player elimination, but there isn't player elimination.
Well, that's okay. I don't mind if you get eliminated, but then you
These
can
games
win
are
another
so
way.
Short. It usually
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Okay.
It doesn't say how long the game
Well, it
is.
says, you've been invited by the Beast. That's
God
not
of
something you
War,
usually wanna-
the card game, has been announced by, come on.
Yep.
Now, I don't actually know. This is one of those video franchises. I know it exists because I see it everywhere and talk about it. I know nothing else
You
about
have
it.
never played God of War.
I have not. Have you?
I played some of the old ones.
Like the main character, from what I understand, goes around and kills pretty big dudes, and he's kind of a jerk himself. That's kind of the...
Well, the original, this is based on the new video game, kind of a reboot they did recently, where they just stripped away all the titles and they just called it the original title, God of War. Mm-hmm. And it is a considerably different game from what I understand from the original games.
All right, wow.
This is much more story-driven. It's supposed to be a very dramatic story as well. The old games are just hack-and-slash games.
Well, if Fel Barros is involved in the design, I'm interested.
Yes.
Yeah.
So...
and he is a massive fan of this IP, so...
Is he?
Yeah, so he was very, very excited
cool.
about it. So that means, you know, when you're working on something that you really are passionate about, you're going to bring your A game.
Yep.
All right, Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions is coming to digital. This is the collectible card game. Sam and I played this one. It's going to be on the Switch. And from what I can tell, you're going to be able to scan cards and use them in the game. Because they all came with that scanning thing. I wasn't quite sure what it was for. So there you go.
Okay.
The Mensa Select Awards have been announced. So the way these work are, if you're a member of Mensa, which means you're smart, or at least you've taken a test that says you're smart, whatever.
Yes, correct.
They get together and they play games. Actually, the public's welcome to come too, but only the Mensa members can vote. And they play over like 48 hours. And you play a whole pile of games, and then you vote on which ones, and they pick 5. So long games have no shot. However, the games have gotten, there's a pretty good selection of games.
They did a really good job with what they picked this year. Actually, a lot of times in the past, the games have been shorter than these games.
And sometimes they pick some pretty bad games.
Sometimes some of the picks don't really make a whole lot of sense, but these are all solid picks.
Yeah,
So Architects of the West Kingdom, Gizmos, Kunkumono, Planet, and Victorian Masterminds, which is the surprise of the list for me.
Victorian Masterminds?
Yeah.
Well, they picked 2 Command games and 2 Renegade games out of 5. And then the blue-orange is the Planet game.
If there's one thing I learned from this is that Mensa members like presentation.
Yeah.
Because these games all look good on the table.
Yeah.
Well, 4 of them do. You can think about which one of the ones. Okay.
3 of them do.
No.
Planet doesn't look that great. It's got some good components.
That's not one of the ones either one of us is discounting.
Well, I'm just saying. I know that they have. If you're talking about
2 of them,
if you're talking about table presence, doesn't Planet just have the stuff that you have in your hand?
Yeah, but but that's a 3D planet you're putting together.
Okay,
it looks
I got
awesome
it.
to people.
That's just what I was thinking. It doesn't have much of a board presence on the table.
All right. I'm excited about this next one. The next Choose Your Own Adventure.
Coolness.
With the cheesiest possible.
What is it called, Tom?
War with the evil Power Master.
Is it from the 80s? Tell me it's from the 80s.
that's probably.
However,
early
this
80s.
one looks more like a game than the previous one. In fact, they told me it's more. There's gonna be more. The last one there was a bit of a game where like you had a psychic track you followed. This one you can see there's a signal trap, a EPM meter, a map. You have characters and stuff. It looks really cool.
APM meter? What is that?
EPM meter. That's energy per minute.
You just made that up.
Epic.
What are you talking about?
There's an EPM meter up there, man.
The red thing says
the
EPM
red.
meter. I don't know what it stands for.
EPM meter is.
Oh, no, wait,
Electronic
never mind.
Pulse.
It's explaining here the game is against the evil Power Master. That must be what it stands for.
No, I refuse to believe that.
It's right there in the title.
No.
No, that means electrons
Protons.
and microns.
Mix.
Okay, so let's go back to what Z said earlier about Castle Panic. So, Mage Night, they came out with the Ultimate Edition of Mage Night.
Okay.
And in the Ultimate Edition of Mage Night, it was the original game, plus all the expansions, plus 5 cards never seen before.
Correct.
Forcing people to buy this if you already had everything else.
Sure, of course.
Which ticked people off. So guess what? Now you can get just the 5 cards.
Much after, I'm sure.
Well, it's been like half a year at least.
There we go.
I'd
Good.
say this would make people more angry than doing the Ultimate Edition.
No, the people who bought the Ultimate Edition to get those
Yes.
5 cards?
I mean, it's
Well,
like
the Ultimate Edition did come in a nice big box that held
I
everything.
know, but come on, they know you don't. If you're gonna do this anyway, do it at the same time. Come on, man. It's 5 cards. You're telling me it took you 6 extra months to finally figure out how to produce the 6 cards on their own.
I think they're
you're putting out
I
the
think
product.
they're doing this because people asked. It's a mini expansion.
Of course people are asking. They can't predict people are going to want just those extra cards. They're hoping to sell the game again. Look, I know they want to make the money, of course, but if you're going to offer them at some point anyway, do it at the same time. That's monstrous behavior.
Months. Okay. All right. Transformers, more than meets the eye. The collectible card game now is War for Cybertron.
Ooh.
This is the first one in this trilogy, Siege. I'm interested in this one because it includes the Micromasters, which were the little tiny robots, and the only ones I ever got
So
because that's
80s.
all my parents could afford.
What is going on in this news update is so 80s. Micromasters.
Also,
Evil
Soundwave
Power
is going to be in the new expansion, and Soundwave is the coolest one
Which
because he
one's that?
turns into a tape recorder, which, as you know, is a very useful thing to turn into.
One of the
His cassette tapes would shoot out though and turn into all sorts of little things. Do you not know your Transformers?
I don't. Not
I
that,
know.
Not that well.
I didn't know he was a tape recorder. I thought he was a.
Oh, he's a robot with a tape recorder in his cassette thing, and the tapes would come out and turn into robots.
I thought he was like a boombox. I thought
Oh,
he,
boombox. You're right.
He
Boombox.
was a boombox. He
Sorry.
wasn't a.
Oh, that's much better. He turned into a boombox.
Yeah, and he had a cassette thing that would pop out and little cassette tapes would.
It was awesome.
It, yes.
Believe it.
80s, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. No kidding.
All right.
What else you got from the 80s?
Came with a pencil you could rewind.
ICV2 has announced that the hobby game sales in the U.S. and Canada total 1.495 billion, down 3% versus a year ago, according to a new estimate that they have done. So, just to clarify, they're basically estimating. I don't know how they're estimating it being down by percentages. What they do is they call like the top 10 retailers they know, like Millennium Games, which Sam's doing a video on this week, I think.
Today?
Thanks.
Today, yeah.
Uno.
So
One
one of
o'clock.
they'll call these stores and put that together and guess. I don't know if that's I would argue that this is actually slightly incorrect because they're putting all these retail sales in here, but what about Kickstarter direct-to-consumer sales? Those have gone up every year.
They're not accounting for that?
Well, it says right there, retail sales.
Yeah, if they're not accounting for that, that is quite a chunk of money that is being...
Could they be?
Unless that's what this is.
Could they
This
be
is just
counting?
talking about retail
I
sales
assume
being
so,
down.
I assume so, yeah.
They just said it's called Hobby Games Market. Again, though, I feel kind of weird that you can talk about the Hobby Games Market without... It says here, though, by channel, Hobby Game sales and Game Store channel and Kickstarter grew, while sales in a mass channel declined substantially.
Or maybe they are taking it into account.
Well, they say collectible... Yeah, who knows? Again, there's no hard science because I know most publishers won't give out their numbers at all. To the
Right.
point where when we do get numbers from a publisher, we're always like, wow, you told us something.
Right.
Heidelberger Games was bought by the Asmodee Group in 2017, but they are now independent. Ownership has been transferred back to the people who previously did them. They're still partnering with Asmodee. It seems like it's a very amicable departure. But this is interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few other studios do this.
There's only one game that they came out with. And they said that that game would still be distributed by Asmodee, apparently, but they're going to support that game whenever possible. So, yeah, I think it was a short-lived,
They're kind of like the
work.
German Fantasy Flight almost.
Heidelberger, you mean? Like
Yeah, Heidelberger.
Yeah.
They actually they used to carry the Fantasy Flight games when I was in Essen. That's where you would go to find Fantasy
right.
Flight stuff.
That's right.
Travel Buddy Games. This is a new company started by Josh Lopquist from Gray Fox Games. He's their professional board game developer there. And so he's putting this together. He's a very good game developer. I know this. He was definitely responsible for the game development on Deception and Murder in Hong Kong and Champions of Midgard and games like that.
That's a pretty strong resume.
And finally, Dice Tower News, where you can go if you want to keep track of of board gaming news. We post stuff up there. It's run by Robert Searing, the Dice Tower's webmaster, and a lot of contributors, a lot of people who help put that together. And they just posted their 5,000th news post.
Cool.
I think we're up to like 5,007 at this point or something. But
Got it.
hooray! Yay!
Sweet.
Alrighty, so that is the regular board game news. Let's go to Kickstarter and War Games.
Hello, fellow gamers. So this week's Kickstarters have all been suspended, so everything's canceled. My show is canceled. This board game breakfast spot is canceled. It's just all done. I'm out. I'm out. Featured this week, we have On Mars by Eagle Griffin Games, which is for 1 to 4 Elon Musk types looking to colonize Mars and create some space economics for about 90 to 150 minutes in this heavy resource management game that has you juggling what you can build versus what you need to maintain. This game costs $89, but Eagle Griffin Games is also offering some Kickstarter edition copies of other Vitel Lacerda games on Kickstarter as well. Next up is Paradise Lost by Green Feet Games. This is a game for 2 to 5 fairy tale characters with an eye for deduction, as players will be exploring a fantasy realm looking for all the necessary items to take down the villain and Ice Queen that brought them there for 30 to 50 minutes. A pledge for this game starts at $54. Now for expansions and reprints, we have Takanogo Giant, where you can go full panda. Or maybe half panda if you only want one set. I just really wanted to say full panda, but it's like $300 for both sets, making a gigantic set of pandas to play with. We also have Terraforming Mars Turmoil, which offers you not only cards, but also this really awesome delegate board here, where you're going to be manipulating delegates throughout the game, as well as dual layer player boards for $34. If you also missed out on any of the expansions, this is a great time to pick it up, as they are offering all of them as a complete set, or just the expansions, or just the base game. Thanks so much for joining me this week, guys. If you want to hear more about any of the Kickstarters that you saw here today, then go ahead and go to gloryhound.com and check out my show at noon on Fridays, Mountain Standard Time, as we talk about all of these Kickstarters in depth. We're also going to be at least talking about this Kickstarter suspension thing for like 30 minutes, because like I am super angry pants about this. Other than that, I will see you guys all next week. Overall, I just can't believe that none of them actually broke open, because they're all in one piece.
You know, I thought about something. Why don't I introduce you to the companies that make these war games? I was so excited that I created a little blurb.
The war game community is a universe unto itself. The publishers are their galaxies, the designers their solar systems, their games their world.
Huh? So today we're going to the galaxy of Lock and Load Publishing, and we're going to talk about the company, we're going to talk about the website, the support, and the games. When you go to the Lock and Load Publishing website, you're going to see that there's many games, and any game that you buy, they will support in their forums section. You can ask questions. What's line of sight? What's the terrain feature on this particular game, on this particular map? There's going to be an answer for sure on anything you ask. My main focus in this video and subsequent videos is going to be mainly on Lock and Load's tactical system. So let's say you want to get into World War II. They got a bunch of games on World War II and one rule book for all those games. Let's say you're not into World War II. You want to play from 1960 to the modern era. No problem. It's in their core rule book. It's a system. One rule book to rule them all. So when you buy one of the modules in the tactical series, one of the games, and it's specific to a certain battle, it was a certain weapon that is used only in that battle, well, there's going to be a 4 or 5 page rule book to update you on the rules, and you're ready to go. But Pa, I don't want to start with a big game. No problem, my little Nebelwerfer. They have starter kits. It's actually 2 games in one. You get 2 scenarios for World War II and 2 scenarios for Vietnam. This starter kit is designed for the beginner in mind. Many examples with a lot of pictures, large font for old eyes like mine, and lots of detailed explanation. The game comes with 1 map, but in 2 different sizes. And that's where I placed my Americans and houses, and there's wide open terrain there waiting for my sniper to nail them. And the Germans, they're entering in wide open spaces. They don't know what's gonna happen. My guys are gonna open up on them, while my sniper finishes them off. But Paul, I want to play platoon level, not tactical. Me. Well, they got a starter kit for that too with their Nations at War series. We'll talk about that next week. Lock and Load Publishing, they got tons of games. Check them out on their website. The next few episodes, we're going to continue with Lock and Load. And after that, we're going to find another company and see what they have to offer. Thanks for watching, and if you want to know more about war games, please check out my channel.
Hey folks, welcome back to another segment of Player Stereotypes.
This one feels very targeted.
Today we're taking a look at bullies. Bullies.
Did you find this picture on the internet? I feel like
I did not do that. That would be Chris.
This picture seems real specific.
Well done, Chris.
I have not seen that jacket yet, Tom.
with a skull.
Yeah. With a tie over it. Yeah.
That's how I wear my ties, over everything.
Exactly. But this is the idea that I have behind this one. The bullies it can be on two different sides of the coin. Either you hate the game and it is your, I guess you could say, mission to make sure that everybody else hates the game by the end of it as well. And so you're constantly complaining, constantly saying how much you hate the game, how much blah, 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 whatever. Then on the other side, you can also be a positive bully, I guess you could say.
Hey, let's all like the game!
Yes, exactly. You like the game so much, you are not going to rest until everybody at the table likes the game as much as you do.
Okay,
and so you're constantly in their faces about, isn't this great, and this is great, and all this other kind of stuff. And that's kind of annoying too.
This was not where I expected you to go with bully. Well, I just figured bully would be like, we're playing what I want to play today. That's how I feel like the bully is. Because, so you're saying
We
like
covered that actually when you weren't here that one time. We covered that on somebody who wants to get their game played, and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. That was one of the back
We
talks,
did it when
though.
you weren't here, yeah. Right. Because anyway, what did you think the bully was?
No, I get what he's saying. So you're saying a guy who basically wants everyone to have the same opinion as him.
Yes.
I agree with
How
that.
many of these stereotypes are Jason? I feel like
Wow.
This just happened on Tuesday.
Me.
We were playing a game, and he's like, "It's awful, isn't it?" I was like, "Nah, it's not so bad. It's awful." I'm like, well,
Really?
yeah. I was like,
I wasn't even there though, so
It's okay. No, it's bad. But that definitely happens too on the good side of things, where someone loves a game and you're almost afraid to like criticize it at all.
Well,
That's worse.
One of the things that I was actually thinking about was not Jason at all. It was actually Joe, and I don't think he's watching, but Joe Stedman had. I just saw it on the archive at the Strong's Museum, a copy of Tenjo, and Joe shelled out cash money for this game. I mean, it was like $80 back in the day.
It looked good though.
Yeah, it kind of did. I mean, it was a little abstracted, but it was a big box, and he shelled out a lot of cash for it. And boy, did he want us to like it. And he kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And that's one of the people that I thought about, one of the instances that I thought about when I was thinking about this whole idea of a bully. Not that I'm calling Joe a bully, although maybe. But it's just one of those things where he shelled out so much money for it, he really wanted to like it. And he wanted to make sure it was, and it ultimately, he kind of came around and realized it wasn't that great of a game. But there was that process where he was really wanting us to like the game because he wanted to play the game. He wanted to justify the purchase and so forth and so on.
It
Right,
did
which
not
makes sense.
work.
It makes sense for the positive bullying, the person who already is invested, right? And you see this to a certain degree in Kickstarter backers.
Sure.
Where someone backs something and their opinion of that thing is even subconsciously slightly elevated versus if they had been, if they had not invested so much time, I think is largely it. The idea of like putting your money there and watching and waiting and cooking this up in your head until it finally comes and you play it and you're kind of thinking to yourself, this is okay.
Right.
But no, it's good. I'm going to make this good. I'm going to build that up. But what about the opposite of that? Why is that need there? The need for, if I don't like something, other people not to like that thing.
I don't know. but I've definitely had it there where
Yeah.
people will sit there and if you have a lackluster turn, they will make sure that they point it out, and it's not your fault; it's the game's fault.
Is it a validation thing?
Maybe.
Like, validate me for knowing what I'm talking about with games?
Well, I don't want to look like I'm the one negative person, so it's helpful if everyone else dislikes a game.
I think it's also different, though, if you're having, because this happened a few times at the gathering, where I was playtesting a game for review, and as we were playing the game, we would talk about what we didn't like about it, what we did like about it, but it was like a round table discussion. It wasn't just
sounds
one
good.
person. It wasn't just one person that was like just totally downing the game and wanted to bring everybody else down with them. So there's ways to do this, I guess, but if it's just one person, it really feels like that person is just trying to bully everybody else into not liking the game.
I think that's what it is. It's this idea of justifying your own views so that you feel like you know what you're talking about. You know, you play something,
What are other people saying?
Okay, so people said there's a strong correlation between Kickstarter backing and this type of positive bullying.
Said that.
What about games of site that currently have a following and then other people hear about it, get excited and play it and love it? They don't have Kickstarter bias.
They just like it, yeah.
Well, you can if you love something and someone doesn't, your first reaction is like, how? Like, I'm going today, the Marvel Universe, I've met a couple people and they're like, Endgame's coming out. The culmination of my whole thing. And they're like, yeah, I've never seen any of the other movies. And I'm like, what? Get out of my life.
Get out of my life.
No, but
Get
there's
out
that
of
there's
my
that kind of
life.
reaction, right? Like, how could you not? I mean, you feel the Game of Thrones. Everyone's like, Game of Thrones. And you're
No,
like, I haven't
he's hooked
seen.
now.
Well, I know, but
He's hooked now.
before this week, and he hadn't seen it.
I'm
And it's
hood.
like,
I'm hood?
you haven't seen.
Hooked?
Oh, I heard it. You're hood now. Okay.
No, hooked.
Like, you haven't even seen one episode.
Right.
What? And that happens with a lot of things. That God of War is probably someone who's like, how could you not have ever seen that, Tom?
Yeah.
So that happens, and that can happen in game too. I bring a game, and I'm so excited, and you play it, and I'm like, they are gonna like this.
I get that. I just think the opposite of it is weird to me. The idea that I don't like something, so I want you to also experience the bad time I experienced. Wouldn't I rather you like it? Right? If I play something, especially if I bought it, because then I might be able to sell it to you because you liked it.
Well, what if it's someone like your partner, and they like it and you don't?
Well, then there's a reason why you might not want them to like it, but that's
I don't want
whatever.
to keep playing this.
That's such a ridiculous scenario to concern yourself with. If you don't like something, you show it to other people, and they do like it. Isn't that better? Out of the 4 of you, 3 people had a good experience. Those are better odds.
But that might kind of put you in a minority, and normally people don't want to be part of the minority.
I guess I don't worry
They
about
want to be part of the majority.
Yeah, no, I get that. But if I played something and didn't like it, I don't care if other people like it. That's good for them. I think the only thing there is that imposter syndrome where you're like, okay, maybe I didn't like it because I didn't get it. Maybe I didn't like it because there's something that's wrong with me.
Sure.
Did I miss? Let me play it again. Maybe
Well,
I
Alex
missed
says this.
something.
He says,
you know?
do you think there's a connection to pride or insecurity?
Yes,
At least
absolutely.
as
That's
far
what I'm
as in
saying.
validating our opinions, positive or negatives.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
This is something I think about when I'm playing a game. If I hate a game, when it happens, I'm like, okay, if I hate this game, I try to keep as much of that bottled up inside as I can.
And release
so
it
that,
in the review, right?
No,
you meant.
but you don't want to ruin other people's enjoyment of the game.
Oh,
However, on the other one, I will not. If everyone is like hating a game and I like it, I'll keep mentioning how much I like it. I don't care. I'd rather be a positive person. Not making you like it, but I don't want you bringing down my experience. And sometimes I'll say positive things just to keep myself liking the game a little.
Oh, I see.
All right. Well, there we go. Bullies.
That's it.
Don't be
Bullies.
one.
Or if
Hello everyone, my name's Annette, and you may know me as Netter's Plays, and today on Apply Mechanics, I'm going to go over the game of Santo Domingo. So this is a card game that has simultaneous action selection, along with resource management, and even some bluffing. So let me show you a little bit about this game and why I really like it. So in this game, players will manage resources in order to see who gets to 30 points first. Everyone will get the same identical set of cards in their hand. Depending on the number of players, you'll either pick 1 or 2 cards from your hand to play, and you'll place them face down. Once all players have selected their cards, then we'll reveal. Then we're going to resolve the actions based on ascending order, starting at number 1. If only one player has played the number 1 card or the captain, then they get to resolve the action on the card. In this case, it will give them points. However, if more than one player has also played this card, then they'll have to share the rewards. Some cards will give you points, and other cards will give you goods, and you take the goods from the main board. Once players have played 1 or 2 cards, then they'll just set those aside. They won't be able to play them again this round. These yellow cards work a little different. The trader will offer an exchange rate. You can exchange goods for points. The bigger card is another special card because they'll give you goods depending on how many cards you have in hand. Along with that, you'll also get to pick up all the cards that you've already played, and you get to refresh your hand that way. Once you start a round, then you'll also have to refresh the supply. Depending on the number of players, you'll move your markers a certain amount forward, and then you'll start over again. The game is over whenever a player has reached 30 or more points. So as you can see, players have the same hand of cards, and we're selecting either 1 or 2 cards at a time. And so we're trying to either exchange resources for points or just get straight up points. There's only 8 cards in a hand, so it's kind of easy to figure out what your opponents have. Bluffing along with the racing aspect to get to 30 points first is what I really enjoy in this game. And that's why I like Santo Domingo. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Randy and Ellen, we game together.
It's your turn.
Ooh.
I guess I'm ready.
And Ellen, welcome to We Game Together. We are talking about a game that I just chose for my pick of the month.
I bet you it's Year of the Dragon.
That's exactly what it is. You are so good at that. At guessing things.
You know, it's there, and we just did that video
That's
a
true.
second ago. We're doubling up. Don't tell anybody.
They're never going to guess that I'm wearing the same nail polish and lipstick ever. They probably wouldn't have, actually. This is a super brutal, tight,
Brutal.
crazy punishing game.
One word, brutal.
Brutal. If you don't stay
End
on
of
top
video.
of your game.
Brutal.
Dun-dun-dun. It's mean. It's a mean game, but in such a good
It
way.
can be very mean, too, yes. You could specifically and easily look at somebody else's position and go, I'm going to take your spot because
exactly
you
how to
can't
mess you up.
pay to go there.
Yeah. And that happened to you. And
Oh, yeah.
and
Not only did it happen to me, it happened to me when I was like already down. They're like, oh, hey, look, there's somebody on the ground.
Hey,
let's kick him.
It was pretty brutal.
I got a decent head start at the beginning. I was taking a different strategy from everybody. I wanted to get like points right away, but then they started getting some of the people that give you points every round.
Yeah.
I got behind in so many things, and then I couldn't get enough money.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get ahead on the turn order track, so I was basically left with table scraps every time, over and over, and I just could not keep anybody alive. I had like 5 people, I think, for the whole game.
It was the saddest thing ever.
Oh, it was so bad. I was killing off people that I had just acquired.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you have palaces, but if you have too many people and they don't fit in your palaces, you gotta kill them.
You gotta get rid of them. If there's all these events, there's 12 different events representing the 12 months of the Chinese calendar year. And each one, most of them are something bad. Some of them are good. If you don't fulfill those, people die. You don't do this, people die. If you don't do that, people die. People are dying everywhere.
Right and left. It's a terrible, awesome.
Or they're retired. I think they might say retired or something.
They probably say retired. We're probably being like the creepy ones who are saying death a bunch of times. That's bad. You're bad.
But it's tight. It's tight. It's brutal. It's great, though.
Yeah, it's a really fun game.
I want to try it at 2.
Yep.
I hear it's even worse at 2,
I don't
like
want to try
brutal-wise.
it then. I will not be able to handle
You have,
you doing
in the
that to
expansion,
me.
there's 8 total actions with the expansion. The new one being a great wall that you build. Very
That was
fun.
cool.
Comes
That
with
was
the
awesome.
box in the 10th anniversary edition, so that's out there right now. So they're split up into 2 groups of 4, so I can easily go, ooh, what does Ellen want to do? And I can go to that spot.
I don't think we should play that.
I want to a lot.
I'm gonna get way too mad.
Fisticuffs.
I'm already mad. I'm already mad about it. We haven't even tried.
A lot of fun. Great Steffenfeld. Probably my 4th on my Steffen. Maybe 5th.
Made your top 5.
Top 5 for sure. But I think it is 5th.
So good.
But anywho, Steffenfeld, Year of the Dragon, picture of the day, social media. We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, this is ROI Candidate, and this is 5, where I talk about my top 5 things in a game. This week I'm talking about Zaya and my top 5 favorite ships you can get in the games. I mixed all of the different tiers of the ships up, so we'll have all 3 different tiers in here. So my first one is the Manchester with the hard bargaining ability. This allows you to trade cubes basically a lot more efficiently, and if I'm playing Merchant in-game, I feel like Merchant's the way I'm gonna go, then I will get this to be able to offload a whole bunch of cubes, normally ones that I would already have on my ship. And then Afterburner is a level 1 ship that it's the Numerator is the name of the ship itself, but Afterburner is the name of the ability, and this allows you to get more movement in the game. Zaya moving around, pick up and deliver, flying up to somebody, blasting them out of the sky. Movement's a really big deal, so this helps you a lot with movement, which is really cool, makes it one of my favorites for my number 4. And then my number 3 is Long Haul. This is awesome because it allows you to have this little like tier 1 ship like fly around with your tier 3 ship, and I feel like this is the tier 3 that I always like love to get, because I'll fly up on somebody, have the little ship fly out and blast them, and then I'll blast them and like double team somebody. It's like having a little NPC on your side, but you get to make it do whatever you want. Then the Makhar with the sentry gun. I like this because it's like an interrupt, and like if somebody's messing with you, you can just shoot them, or if somebody like flies up beside you, you can just like take an attack of opportunity almost, is what this adds to the game. This is like my favorite tier 2 ship, and I always get this one if I have a chance, just because it's a lot of fun. And then my favorite ship of all time, my number 1, is the Easy Tiger, mostly just because it's like playing on easy mode. I really enjoy the fact that you get to re-roll a die, and it makes you be able to like make that risk management. You can really min-max it when you're able to be like, okay, I took the risk, oh it failed, let me re-roll that, and then you can just keep going, and it's good stuff. I haven't played all of the new special abilities that came out in the newest expansion, so maybe this list will change up a lot, but that's been my top 5 ships in Zaya.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Who won last time? I don't remember. I think it was Sam.
I
got murdered last time.
He does not forget these things. Sam's not going to forget these things. All right, here we go. So I've got here, Tom has got superheroes on the mind.
Yeah! Superheroes.
So we've got here superhero movies.
Oh.
And so we've got X-Men, Iron Man 3, Avengers Infinity War, Justice League, Black Panther, Spider-Man Homecoming, Ant-Man, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and The Dark Knight. And you guys are going to be organizing these by the number of millions of dollars that it made opening weekend at the box office.
So only opening weekend.
Just opening weekend. All right, so...
Someone's going to ask, domestic or gross?
I could care less.
I mean, domestic or international?
I don't know, but it's all the same, because it came from the same source. This looks like domestic numbers.
Okay. Oh my.
So, Sam, would you like to draft first?
Yeah.
I'm only picking good movies.
I guess so.
Go ahead.
First week only, though. First weekend only.
Just the weekend, yeah. What are you taking?
Come on. X-Men, huh? All right, I'm going to take Black Panther.
All right.
I'll take Infinity War. That was going to be the next one I was going to take.
Okay, good. Green Lantern. He takes Green Lantern.
Man. This is totally going to be guessing on. I know the highs and the lows. I don't know these middle ones. I don't know.
You know, I gave you the years a hint,
I'll
and you
go
also
start
know the general
Spider-Man
reception to the
Homecoming.
movie.
The Dark Knight.
Go ahead. I'm just going to give you, I should have made 11 of these. I only made 10. You have 4 there?
Yeah, so Sam should go first then.
Then here, take that, and I'll just give you a starting point somewhere in the middle. What do you think would be a good amount of millions? How many millions of dollars would be a solid weekend?
In the middle?
$1 million.
Half a billion, probably 500. No,
For an
that's pretty
opening
high.
weekend
No, opening weekend. I'm sorry.
Is insanity.
Open
500 million in one weekend.
80.
How about a little more than that?
Just make up the number.
Fine, it's 110 million is the middle. That's where the list splits, that's all.
All right. So I got to put Ant-Man above or below 110
Yeah,
million?
110 million is where I'm going to start, okay? And then I'll write on the card.
We'll use Dice Tower as the 110
Yeah, it's fine. Well, as soon as we have
that's
one
our
card,
budget.
As soon as we have one card.
I was about to say for our lifetime, but even that's not true.
Yeah.
For our lifetime times
Quite a bit.
100.
Yes, sure.
I'm going to go with higher, but I'm going to say it's just slightly higher.
Okay, that's wrong. Take it back. Put it on the bottom.
110, it was less than 110 million.
Yes, that made less than 110 million opening weekend.
I would do
All
much
right.
better if I could do total amount made, because I
So
know
are we
some of
doing?
these.
Are we doing?
Sorry. Just put it somewhere and tell me if it's above or below 110.
Ryan Lockett will tell you if it's above or
I
below.
was just trying to make a determination. Iron Man 3
Yes.
in 2013 is either going to be higher or lower than. I'm going to say opening was lower than 110 million.
That's also wrong. Take it back.
See that one?
Go.
All right, what are we at now? You're supposed to put it in the bottom.
Oh, that's right.
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was the
That's the
second one, right?
Correct.
So it came off the popularity. I know it did really well in the long run. I'm going to go higher, though, because the sequel usually do higher.
All right, good. That is higher.
Yeah!
The Dark Knight
120.
$158 million.
I was
opening
only off
weekend.
by a mere 38 million.
That's quite a bit of money.
158 million. Okay. I've got Wonder Woman. I'm going to say it is higher than that.
That is wrong.
Jeez.
All right. Spider-Man Homecoming. An excellent movie. I'm going to say it came just shy south of The Dark Knight.
It did, but it was not barely. It's made 117 million.
I would still be pretty happy with that. Just saying.
There you go, 117 million.
I'm going to say that Green Lantern is even less.
Yeah, it is slightly less. That made 53, which is nothing to laugh at, but it is less than the other ones.
Now, if we put critical ratings on these, where would Green Lantern end up? I'm pretty
it would
sure
be
it's
off
the lowest.
table, through the wall.
I didn't dislike Green Lantern.
Really?
I liked. Can't remember his name now. Ryan Reynolds.
If I understand correctly, Green Lantern has not been made because Deadpool went and shot
Ryan
before
Reynolds when
Ryan
he
Reynolds-
got the script.
Yeah.
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
Avengers Infinity War. Well, I'm putting it at the very top.
Well, that's a pretty safe bet. What do you think?
270.
It's very close. It made exactly, well, $100 million more than that one. So a $258 million.
I will make a prediction.
And I assume it will be blown out of the water.
That this will be the
this
highest
weekend.
opening weekend ever. I'm going to call
so
that.
as well. What do you got, Sam?
Justice League.
Justice.
Higher than Avengers Infinity War.
No.
I'm helping you.
This is a big gap here. That's a big gap.
That is a big gap.
This is also a big gap, but not as big. And this is about the same size as this. So.
I'm helping.
I
No,
don't know.
come on. We went and watched it opening weekend, didn't we?
I know that.
We did, I think.
I mean,
We were pretty pumped.
I think people were pumped about it, and then not so much afterwards. I'm going to say it's right here in between Spider-Man and The Dark Knight.
That's wrong.
Well, that should probably tell you where it is now.
Huh?
I said it. Black Panther. Now, this one's a tough one because until Infinity War came out, Black Panther was the top. I'm going to say it's. I know it's higher than Dark Knight. I'm going to go between Dark Knight and Infinity War.
All right, that's right. It's 207 million opening weekend.
Because I know that one went over $1 billion.
Eventually, yes, of course. All right.
X-Men.
This is the original X-Men.
This is the original from the year 2000, correct?
19
which
years
is
ago that
strange
movie came out.
because movie prices have skyrocketed
This is true.
since then. So
I wouldn't have drafted it. I'll say that.
No, you drafted if you
no,
thought it was low.
I was thinking that it was going to be on the low side. That's why I
Okay,
drafted it.
cool.
So
Question is it below Green Lantern or
yeah,
not?
is it here or there? That's the thing. And
It was pretty
I
light.
would say that it is here.
Where are you putting it? In between those?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. You
Yeah.
are right.
80.
Barely.
Oh, man!
Wow.
54 million.
See, that's because it was a bad movie. That's because of how old it is.
Yes, correct. So 54 million opening weekend.
All right, for the win, Ant-Man.
Oh man.
I know. I got 3. He
Ah.
plays that video game.
That's
that,
true. He
that
buys
site
fake
where he
stock
buys
into
fake
That's
stock.
a good game!
Nerds game.
No, I play online. I play a stock market exchange where you basically bet on movies.
Fake money. Go.
Yes, but I am so rich
Fake rich.
thanks to Black Panther. Ant-Man is obviously less than the top 2. I don't think it's higher than Dark Knight. So, is it higher than... No, it's got to be lower than Spider-Man because Ant-Man's not as popular of a character. So I'm going to say it's here.
Okay, this is organized reverse to my list, so hold on. You're saying it's
I'm saying it's between 54 and 117.
Ant-Man between 54 and 117, and you are right.
Yes.
But again, barely. This one underperformed considerably. 57 million opening weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's because Ant-Man's not a popular... Well, he
Correct.
wasn't. I think
Well,
he's a popular
Ant-Man
character now.
And the sequel to Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, were two of the very few that were actually that underperformed. Whereas Ant-Man and the Wasp was a dip again in their like skyrocketing box office returns.
All right, well, what does Sam have left?
What do you got?
Let me do a Hail Mary.
Okay, go
If
ahead.
I can correctly place all
Ah,
3
no,
of these,
No!
we'll call it a tie.
If you do it within the next 60 seconds, sure, let's go.
All right, 60 seconds. I have 60 seconds. All right, so Iron Man 3.
Yes.
Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong until I've placed all 3.
Sure, why not?
All right. Iron Man 3, 2013. I don't remember where I originally put it, so this is going to probably be pretty bad. I think I put it lower than it should have been.
No, it was under 110. You did it was just the start.
It was...
No, remember we had
it
just
was the start.
110.
Okay, it was,
you said lower
so-
than 110.
So it was more than 110, so it could still possibly be here. But I'm going to say that it is actually here in between Homecoming and Dark Knight. The Wonder Woman... I'm going to say that it is just below Iron Man and Homecoming, Spider-Man, and then Justice League. I don't remember where I put this either.
You said it was between Black Panther and Dark Knight, I think, but I don't remember.
No, I think it was slightly less than, but I don't know. I'm going to put it down here below Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay, so you're putting this one between these two?
Yes.
That's right. That one made 93 million.
Wow! You know,
Which
the
was
Avengers
not-
called him up and were like, ho, 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 ho,
Yeah,
how's
that
it
was
feel?
which was not good. That was not not for a movie that big, being the fourth in the franchise or whatever. And then you said Wonder Woman was between these two? Or between these two, you're saying? It's actually right below this one at 103. So 103 million for that one, so it would still be below that one.
That was some impressive writing
And
upside
this
down there.
one, you were quite a bit off. This being the third one in the franchise made a lot of money. And it's really just one tick away, but it's a lot of money. It's 174 million.
Wow, I did not know
opening
Iron Man
weekend for
3
that.
did that well. The power of Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
I
and the
guess
third
so.
one in the franchise
I was just
also,
thinking that third one wouldn't have done as much as the original. That was my.
It was also after
thinking.
Avengers at that point.
You're right, it was right after Avengers.
So it would
that's
have
the
been.
problem.
Do you have
that
the
would have
numbers
been
for
here.
Avengers? Where would Avengers have fit
Avengers
in
is in this ranking right below Infinity War. The original Avengers made more money than the
Wow.
opening weekend for Black Panther, which is 207 million.
But Black Panther is, if I'm correct on the final numbers, Black Panther is second.
Sure, that's
I
likely.
think Infinity War
But
and Black-
opening weekend, If I had included Avengers, the original one, it would have been the second thing right after Infinity War.
Well, that's cool. That would have fooled me. I wouldn't have put it that high.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
All right, I'm back on top, baby.
Today I'm going to give you a quick review of Dice Hospital, a game by ROI Games coming up. Hi, Stella from Maple University. Hope your week's been well. I have the deluxe upgraded version of Dice Hospital I use in this video, with the Dice Tower and upgraded ambulance components and expansion. Game basically is an individual puzzle game with small split and draft elements at the start. A lot of solitaire where you solve your own patient. You start with drafting the dice all patients. They arrive at your hospital. You assign your nurses and specialists to heal them by increasing the pips. The ones that are neglected decrease in pips. When the dice pip reaches more than 6, you heal and score points each round. Time elements is critical as you get rewarded more points with more patients heal at once. I like the upgraded ambulance components and artwork. There is one die being treated in every room. Every room tile is really cute. However, the dice tower is a little bit too small and fiddly, I think. It is optional to use anyway. If you're really into theme when playing, the theme is mainly really good. The only thing that isn't is having to hold back healing patients so you can heal a lot at the same time for most points. Unlike in real hospital where you have to heal your patients as quickly as possible. However, overall gameplay is really good. The time puzzle element is quite unique. You got to manage your rooms and specialists when to heal and how much to heal each round. And thanks for watching. If you enjoy my segment, please consider checking Maple University on YouTube. On our channel, we do a lot of overview, how to play, playthrough, review, and flop. See you next week.
Hi there, I'm Jen, the board game librarian, flipping some pages and pushing some cubes with my segment From the Page to the Table. Every week I pair a book and a board game that share its theme, and this week I'm going to introduce you to Michelle Moran and the Rebel Queen. This is a book that takes place in the 1850s, just as England is starting to take over complete control of India. And it follows one of the most prominent Ranis of the time, Lakshmi, and her female guards and female personal warriors in this really time of upheaval and change in England. So we have this beautiful country that's being invaded and taken over, and we see all of the wondrous aspects that India has to offer during this time. We have two very strong female characters in this book. Michelle Moran is wonderful at creating the sense of setting in all of her books, where as soon as you are finished reading them, you immediately want to go and visit them. So to pair with that, I picked Rajas of the Ganges, designed by Inca and Marcus Brand, 2 to 4 players, 45 to 75 minutes. So here we have kind of the end of a very strong Indian empire, and here we have the beginning of a very strong Indian empire, where in this game you are using dice placement, worker placement, and tile placement to create your own personal estate of a Raja or a Rani in this case. Beautiful artwork, so colorful and just so well done. The use of karma as well as the tile placement to build your personal estate. So kind of a reflection going on here as well. Love Raja of the Ganges. For many people out there, it has replaced kind of an old classic, Voyages of Marco Polo. But I highly recommend reading Rebel Queen or Michelle Moran and pairing it with Raja of the Ganges. Happy breakfast, everyone!
It's time for a quick board game review with Charlie. Today, I'm going to be looking at Escape, the Curse of the Temple. Charlie, gaming's what he do. It's time for his favorite segment, Charlie's Quick Review. Yeah. In Escape, you are playing with other teammates trying to get out of the temple, trying to get all the gems. You play one of these characters, you're moving around, rolling dice, going through rooms, picking up gems, trying to get out of there as fast as you can. It's a really fun, really quick game. Escape is a real-time board game. Instead of playing the game in rounds, each player rolls his 5 dice as quickly and as often as he can without waiting for his teammates. As quick as I can? Challenge accepted. players have only 10 minutes to escape from the collapsing temple, so don't dawdle.
Here's the setup on how to play the game. Pick a character. You get 5 dice.
The room tiles.
This is where you start. You can unlock more rooms. This room allows me to pull 4 more.
2 running men are for opening the next room tile.
And I can put them right here and connect them to make sense. Then I have to roll a man and a key to get over there. Keep flipping the room tiles till you find the exit. Can't escape until you roll 1 more key than there are gems left in the game. Good luck. If one of you is left behind, everyone dies. Place the gems depending on how many characters are playing.
If you roll a blocked dice,
your dice is locked.
1 gold face heals 2 of these blocked dice. If you're in the same room as a teammate, you could heal them as well.
Here's a treasure tile. When you flip that, put a treasure on it.
2 keys are used to unlock chests. This is what's inside chests. 2 torches. An extra gem. Secret doorway to connect 2 rooms. An extra gold face to heal 2 black die. 2 keys. Oh yeah. You can teleport to a room where one of your friends already are.
When you flip a cursed room, immediately pull a cursed card.
Curse cards. Here's some of the stuff they do. Can't speak. Break your dice. Put your hand on your head and don't put it down till this card is destroyed. When you roll gold dice, it only heals 1 black dice as opposed to 2. That sucks. Snakes! You're stuck in that room. If you drop the dice, you'll lose it forever. Watch out though, as twice during the game, a gong will sound throughout the temple heralding a countdown. I stress eat when I'm stressed out. Hurry back to the starting chamber as only location is guaranteed to be safe. Fail to make it back in time and you lose 1 of your precious dice. So you're telling me I'm the only one who could see what I roll. And I'm the only one that's keeping track of what I roll. This whole game is based on the honor system. Yeah, I think I get it. Whoa, I totally just rolled 5 of the same type. Of course I unlocked the next room. Why are you asking? No, I didn't roll any black die. No, none of my dice have been locked. I've never locked my dice, ever. Weird. What's that? And you can play this with kids too? Oh. Kids never cheat.
Wow, how'd you get so many dice?
Wait, how'd you do that when you only had 5 dice? Weird. I found a 6th one. I guess I won. I give this game 4 out of 5 cheating dice.
Come
All right.
That's a big bog.
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a game or not.
Oh, this is dangerous.
No, because it's from Quartermaster Logistics and they were sending us some of our promos, but this came separately than the rest.
So this is like a
So this might be like your shirts.
But it could also be a Kickstarter.
Oh, goodness me. It was
I
a
know
Kickstarter.
how to put a box on the table.
That's not how you put a box on the table.
That's how you don't tell me how to put a box.
I do to bully. Okay, so what if it's a game and we're not supposed to show it?
Well, let's peek at it then. What kind of game are we not allowed to show?
I don't know. Peek.
It's a
game. Peek. Let me see what. Ah, that sound is the devil's juice.
It's not as. Nah.
I think we can show that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, that's right.
White Wizard Games.
Oh, there's 2 copies.
That was mine. That was
Sorcerer.
mine.
All right, here you go.
Sorcerer.
You know who told me this was amazing? Luke Pryor.
Ow!
There's
That hurt.
There's a
Do it again. Do it again.
No, I'm good. I got it open.
Luke Pryor told me.
Might have broke my thumb though. That
Is
hurt.
it Luke Pryor?
Yeah. That this is really fun.
He said this is
He
good.
said this was like amazing. He was losing
box
his
looks
mind
really
about
cool.
it. He's like, you got to play this.
I love it when they do this.
What is that?
That just looks really cool.
I was expecting this to be a small
And
box
all
because
of the lightning
White
is
Wizard.
like.
Yeah, so same too. When I saw the picture, like Sorcerer from White Wizard, I was like,
It's
oh,
like
cool.
huge box.
And then I saw the box, like,
I'm
wait a
wait a
minute.
second. What is this? Also, I love the lightning. How does it? What's the sound it makes, Sam? That's right.
Wait, so do you know anything about this? Has anyone played this?
No.
No, but I know about it. What he just kept telling me.
That is a small rule book.
No, it is not.
So there's cards, I believe.
Yeah.
Also tokens. This better be good, Luke.
There's a lot of. Okay, well.
That is
and
the most
now we get
boring.
this set up.
Oh,
That's a lot of
Sam's
pentagrams.
angry. Is this game evil?
I think you're a sorcerer.
Oh, I don't do sorcery.
Lineage character.
Oh man, this does not look light.
Is this a deck builder?
I don't know.
Say it's not.
I was gonna look for it in the rule book, but I was told that was boring. So now you're looking at it.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it on camera.
Yeah, well, you are.
The inside lid of the box is a great place to roll dice. Thanks. I couldn't figure that out on my own.
Okay, dice. I gotta see these. Ooh, these dice.
Oh, that's right. This one, I remember hearing about this. You have 4 different character decks and 4 different sorcerer decks and 4 other decks, and you take one of each. It's like a shuffleboard.
So smash up.
What is this?
That's a die with 8 sides.
What did I get? I will never know what I got.
The devil's number. What about this, though? Let's see what I got.
I got a 6 too.
Let's figure out how many of you I have to murder. None.
Apparently 1, 2, 3.
No, none. The
4,
red would have
5.
meant I have to murder you.
And
That's how many times How many times am I gonna watch Endgame this weekend? Reds.
3.
3?
That's possible.
That's well, 2 is already scheduled.
It's actually 3 for reds and 3 for the black ones.
those.
Look at that.
Open those.
I like these dice a lot. Evil dice.
There's a lot. This is definitely made for expanding this game. That box is humongous for the amount of components that are in it.
You got a... Is that good? There's a rat catcher. Artwork is
both good and creepy.
Very creepsy.
This one has a spider. I'm out. Okay, tell me this, Sam. Look at this card. Is there a guy riding in that guy's head?
Only if we're lucky.
Riding in the...
On the top of his head, are those some people sitting in there? Or is that just me reading into it?
No, I think that might be stuff that's popping out of his skull.
Ew.
Artwork is...
That's not a person.
Really nice. This is really good.
I'm going to say the artwork is well done. I would not use the word nice.
I meant, yeah, that's what I meant. It's well done.
Oh, Sam called Nexus Ops cute.
You could put another rogue closer to you, Sam.
Here?
Yeah.
All right. So cool. I don't know if I mean, it looks like they really went down a dark path with the whole sorcery theme, which yeah, Z is going to absolutely love.
Man, I want more things popping out of people's skulls.
But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not. This might be a little too.
I don't know. I'm just going based on what Luke said. I tend to like his taste in games.
He and you are kind of birds of a feather.
Right.
Well, he likes a little bit more of that Ameritrash stuff that's longer that you don't like.
Yeah, but if he likes it, I probably will like it, the style and what's going on. I might think it's too long, but we tend to like the same stuff. And he really was over. He was over the moon about this, so I'm very excited.
He was over the moon.
Oh, this lady has spiders crawling all over her. Tom will love that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that is gross.
What do you mean? That's how Spider-Man became Spider-Man. I think that's supposed to be Spider-Gwen.
If a spider had bit me, I would not be Spider-Man. I'd be guy in the hospital crying because he got bit by a spider.
You would be the Joker, I think. It would turn you into the Joker. Same event turns you into
Skin
a
would
different
turn pale.
super character.
Hair would turn green.
That's a specific. All right, well, that's our unboxing sorcerer from White Wizard Games. That's cool. That's a cool one.
That is cool.
All righty. We got some more segments.
Here we go.
Let's get to them.
Okay, I think we're ready. So we're on our way to Friday night game night, and we have the kids. We're taking them to Grandma's house, and then we'll be on our way. Game night! I wanted to do a video about game groups because when my husband and I first decided to check this one out, we didn't know anything about it. We kind of knew the general idea of where it would be, but we didn't know any people, and we were just a little apprehensive about meeting weirdos. So, and not only that, we were new to board gaming, so we didn't know if people were going to be very competitive or only play certain types of games, but everyone was really chill and everyone brought lots of different types of games. There's always someone that's like, hey, I got this, let's try this. And that's really the most you could want from a game group, is just people who want to try new things, try new games, and are like
they're good at
generous. And they're good at teaching, and they're also really good at learning games. Use the GPS.
We find it on our own. We're just always
Well,
late.
of course we find it. We're just like
Well,
yeah.
it takes us 10 minutes longer. We're not always late.
Yeah. All right, and here is the church where we meet for game night. We're here. Oh, there's only 3 people here. Maybe.
There's only 3 cars here.
Wow. Hi. Hey guys. Oh man, there's a lot of snacks tonight. What's this? Is this a game or is this a church thing? Oh.
Want to play it?
Sure.
Mike Licio from Solo Mode Games. How important is it for you to feel like you've accomplished something at the end of a game? And I mean beyond just winning. I think most of us would say that winning is something we'd like to accomplish when we sit down to play a game. But I'm talking about actually looking down in your player area at the end of a game and feeling like you've actually accomplished something. The reason why I'm asking this question is I had an interesting conversation yesterday with somebody, and they were talking about the fact that they don't really particularly enjoy roll and writes as a genre of games because at the end of the game, they don't really feel like they've accomplished anything. Sure, they've maybe rolled some dice or flipped some cards, but they look down and they see maybe a slip of paper or a dry erase board and a few lines and maybe some shapes, but they don't really feel like they've done something. And I really thought that was interesting because I could say that that's not the way that I look at roll and writes or flip and writes, whatever you want to call them. I don't feel that same sense of maybe lack of progress. Some of those games, I look down and I feel like I've actually created something, maybe even if it's just a drawing or something along those lines. But it got me thinking about particular styles of games. Now, I wonder if this is the reason why civilization type games can be very popular, is because at the end, you can either look down at a shared board, maybe where you've built some things, or if you have an individual player board and you can see maybe some civilization you've built, or, buildings or houses or wonders or whatever the case may be. I wonder if that's a reason that those types of games tend to be popular, and maybe why games that have physical 3D components can be popular, because they have a table presence and they look like something you've actually created at the end of the game. So it got me wondering, how important is that to you? Do you like to feel at the end of a game like you've actually accomplished something? Do you not feel that with maybe a simple card game or a roll and write game? If you can let me know in the comments below, I'll be very interested to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for your time as always, and have a great day.
Hey!
Wow, there wasn't any tension there at all.
Okay, anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching.
Smooth as butter.
We're going to end this show because it's gone a little longer than normal, and we're going to be back at 1 o'clock with our top 10 social deduction games. One of the three of us is a traitor. Who could it be?
Is it me, sir?
Probably.
Since when have you asked that in a game? Am I the traitor?
Yeah, but it would throw you off, wouldn't it?
It would.
As soon as you're like, I'm not sure I
Alrighty, thanks so much. Thanks to our contributors. Did a great job as always. And brought up the energy of the show for sure.
Thank you.
Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Watch out, I'll stab you in the back.
Sam Healy. I'm perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about anything from me.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vassell and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production. Sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., an amazing place to buy board games. Cool Stuff, in stock, at coolstuffinc.com.